Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Quest 64 playthrough. It's been quite a while since I've last played this game. Not too long, but it has been at least a hot minute. Anywho, as you can see here, I've been doing a lot of grinding off screen. And I managed to upgrade my water level to level 25, and now I have access to healing too. Not only this, but I also decided to go and work on my Earth Elemental abilities and worked on leveling that up until level 24, so now I have the spell Avalanche. So that is freaking sweet. Not only this, but we also have Spirit Armor level 2, and I think that's about it. Oh yeah, we also have the spell Escape. What that does is that upon casting it, you'll instantly escape from battle. However, there is a chance that it can miss. However, the chances of it actually succeeding are relatively high. So that's pretty nice. Just keep in mind though, it's still not perfect and it's not like an end-all be-all solution. And obviously it doesn't work during boss fights, so with that in mind, let's get things underway. Let's go fight this frickin' Seahorse Witch once more with feeling. Here's hoping this time things can finally start going my way. Now that I have some of the most overpowered spells in the game, this should be a lot easier. In fact, how about I demonstrate the power of Avalanche right now? As you can see, Avalanche is a very powerful earth spell, which, upon usage, it will rain a bunch of rocks down, and it can end up hitting the enemy multiple times over, and for the most part, it has pretty high attack power. Or so I hear. So that's pretty nice. So anyway, with healing level 2, we can heal a hell of a lot more HP than the standard healing ability, so that's nice. While grinding it, I've also managed to increase not only my MP, but HP. Basically all my stats have been increased all around. So that's really dang sweet. I've also managed to increase my agility a bit too, so again, that is awesome. One more thing worth noting is that with Avalanche, it is kind of random of where the rocks fall and how many times they can strike the enemy. It usually hits at least once or twice, so that's pretty nice. Okay. And I also looked up what the spell Exit as well as Return does. Exit returns you to the entrance of a dungeon, while Return warps you back to the previous town that you visited. So, that is nice. We basically have no need for wings anymore, so that's awesome. Although wings can still be useful in a sense. Alright, time to rain some rocks down. Hopefully, we can get through this nice and quickly. Of course, nothing. I know I could have probably, tried to level up more to, work on, getting the elemental shield as well as Avalanche, but I chose not to because obviously the spell is incredibly overpowered and is super cheap. How so exactly? Well, Elemental Shield, as I've mentioned before, it grants you invincibility. Since all enemies use some sort of elemental attribute to their attacks, they always will, they'll always use some sort of attribute And it's always tied to their abilities, no matter what it is. Okay. Alright, there we go! Nice, got that done nice and quick. I love it. And with that, we've obtained the water jewel. So that is awesome. Also, we got an HP refill for some reason. I think it was due to the fact that after defeating her, we gained a lot of experience. And so it increased our HP quite a lot. So that was awesome. Okay. Well, now that the frickin' Seahorse Witch is finally dead, we finally got the water jewel back, and let's see what the description is. It's an aquamarine that holds great power of the water spirit. So that is sweet. Okay, and with that, we are officially done here. So, that's awesome. By the way, there is one more thing that's worth noting, and that is... The other thing worth noting is the return as well as the exit spells do not work on this island at all. And the reason why they don't work, I have no idea. This is probably one of the few places where those spells just do not work flat out. Okay. Now, you may be wondering, how are we supposed to get out of here? Well, the answer to that is quite simple. If you remember the last time in the last session, we entered this house and we got some explanation on, we got an explanation on what's going on here. Why is it that the water's acting kind of funky? Well, we can actually return to this same house and access a new room. As far as what's in this room, we will soon find out. As I know for a fact, it's going to be the way back to the mainland. Oh, come on. How did it not hit the other guys? Okay. Whack. Die. Wait, what? How are you not dead? It probably just had like 1 HP left. All done. Now, as far as healing level 1 is concerned, it's not going to be anywhere it's not going to be used anywhere near as much as it used to. That's for sure. What's that you say? Broke through the barrier and recovered the water jewel? You're no average magician. I think I can entrust the jewel to you for safekeeping. Don't lose it. I have guarded the water jewel for generations in hopes of one day handing it over to a great magician. I hope you are the one. Take it now and get this pirate out of my sight. Har. So that's the water jewel, is it? I bet that could fetch a fancy price. A pirate would love to get his hands on it, but the sorceress would get angry with me. Oh yeah, it would be real fun to tease the sorceress. Well, maybe I might take it just to see her face turn red. Wow, what a butthole. Anywho, let's grab this, which, we're gonna level up something else. What should I level up? That's the question. You know what, maybe... Yeah, I got an idea. I'm going to work on leveling up Earth until I get the Elemental Shield, which is level 36 for Earth. So anyway, now that our business there is done, we've returned here to this very room within the Blue Cave, and we can just leave. So that's awesome. You are past Blue Cavern now. Okay, he's basically saying the same thing as before. Alright. Now, you may be wondering, how do we get out of here? There's no way we can just traverse our way all the way back out again. Well, technically we could, but that would take 2 million years. Well, you see this strange rock formation here? Well, head to the center of it, and boom. You're back at the entrance of Pool. Yep. That's awesome. We're back at the entrance, and we can just simply leave and head on off to the next big adventure. So, anytime now we can return to this town as we see fit. Whack, die. Goodbye. Man, I love doing that. Okay. So, you may be wondering where it is we're supposed to go to now. Well, the answer to that is quite a simple one. We're actually going to be heading back to the boat of which we originally came to this continent in. And it wasn't the one that we hopped onto that island to. It's actually someplace a little different. We're going to be going to another new continent, believe it or not. So in order to get there, we need to race back to the shore. And this is where speedrunning the game really differs. Upon reaching the ending area, the little island that we were just at, they would head back through Blue Cave and try the KMS as fast as possible, and then warp back to this little house that's at the very end of this path. And the reason why they do that is because it is faster than running all the way back. Okay? Okay. In fact, how about I just go ahead and rest up now, just in case. You never know what I may find on this strange trip. Okay, where's the stairs? Right over here, okay. Makes sense. Okay! Time to head off to bigger and better things. You're just in time. I was just about to haul anchor. The wind feels just right. We'll be in Limelin in no time. Come on aboard. Great. By the way, there's actually something rather interesting here. I'm actually going to hop back onto this boat and do like a full round trip. And the reason why I'm doing this is, oddly enough, I think there's supposed to be a spirit here that only makes itself visible after you do like a full trip around. Although I can't really find it. Why is it not showing up? I honestly have no clue. I don't get it. Regardless, we have reached our destination nonetheless. Welcome, everyone, to East Limelin. Limelin is more like a very wide region, and there's not really a whole lot of points of interest. There is a house not too far from where we are now, and Limelin is quite a ways towards the east. So, we're going to be heading there next. Afterwards, we'll be heading towards Barragoon Tunnel. That place, too, is going to be a lot of fun to navigate through. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Hey there, dude. Well, taking a trip, are you? Young fellow, do you happen to know another magician? He stayed here some time ago. He looked a lot like you. You better rest here. The road from here will be tough going. Is that a bit of a translation error? It wouldn't be surprising, but, whatever. Whatever, they tried, I guess. Okay, let's head off. Hello there. We got some new enemies. We have a Cry Shell. It kind of looks like a turd tank. You know the turd tank from the Pokemon games? Yeah, they're here. Except instead of being fire turtles with a volcano, even though they look just like them, just with a different color scheme, they spew ice. Why ice? I have no clue. Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever. Are you kidding me? How did that miss? Perhaps these guys are just really evasive. Especially when it comes to magic. That's gotta be it. They're really evasive with magic. Or I'm just incredibly unlucky. That could be the case as well. Strangely, these things, they're not really that difficult to take down. It's just they take a while to do their attacks. How long exactly? I haven't really timed it myself, but it does take a while. Oh, hello. Hello there, Mr. Scarecrow. Good to see ya. Now die. Man, I love doing that. Okay. Anyone else here besides Mr. Scarecrow here and the frickin' turd tank impersonators? I don't think so. So, okay, we do have some new enemies. As far as who they are, they kind of look like fishmen. That's probably exactly what they are. Fishmen. First we have fish on frickin' pogo sticks, and yep, it is a fishman. Go back to Fishman Island where you belong. Anyway, they're literally just that, fishmen. They're not really much of a threat whatsoever. They can be kind of a pain, but really they're not that bad, all things considered. The only thing they have, as far as attacks are concerned, is just that the traveling water-like attack, and that's really it. No melee attacks to worry about whatsoever. Excuse me. It's a new day as it shines upon the horizon. As more turd tank impersonators decide to come in and just try to wreck my face in. Nice. Okay. Kind of surprised the other guy didn't get hit. Like, how did that not hit him that time? I have no clue. Okay, one thing worth talking about today is, I mentioned, about 2 days ago now, that I did end up getting a new job, but I'm not actually going to accept it. And the reason as to why is just because I don't want to actually do this job. So that's the reason why. I'm going to search elsewhere and figure out what it is I want to do as far as the career path is concerned. How'd that fishman dodge a freaking avalanche? I don't get it. Come on. There we go. There goes the fishman. I'm not sure if there's something going on with the gameplay or not. It seems like there is a bit of a delay being added to this gameplay for some reason. Then again, maybe I'm just imagining things. Hopefully everything is going okay. If there are any mishaps, please inform me at once, like if things seem to be out of sync for some reason. Or if there's something going wrong. Excuse me. Okay. I really hate how most of these enemies in the game are just so dang slow when it comes to their movement speed. Why do they move so freaking slow? I get the fact that you're trying to be menacing and being like, ooh, I'm going to get you, kid. And yet, they just move slower than freaking molasses. There are some enemies in which that do not have this problem, such as the hellhounds, ghost hounds, and also the werehairs. But that's really about it. Everyone else is super slow. Oh, hello, we have a wyvern, along with another one of those, frickin', whatever they are. Now that I think about it, calling them, turd tank impersonators, maybe, that's the wrong Pokemon I was thinking of, but regardless, it is, it's something to that extent. Okay, they're cry shells. Oh, come on. How'd that miss? There we go. Completely wrecked that frickin' wyvern. Makes sense. I mean, there are rocks raining down on its head and it's a flying creature. Man, why do I have Pokemon on the mind? Probably because we keep encountering strange creatures that should look exactly like certain Pokemon? Who knows? Damn, that one wyvern just got wrecked! And they're no longer a threat, which is awesome to see. Okay. Looks like we have some new enemies over here. They're literally called caterpillars. Ha! That's funny. Wow. Nice. Oh, come on. There we go. At least it hit one enemy. It's strange how this enemy is just known simply as a caterpillar. What is up with that name? We have fishmen, wyverns, caterpillars, Hot lips! I honestly don't get it. I seriously don't get some of the enemy names which appear in this game. So in essence, these caterpillars do have a bit of a melee attack, which can be kind of deadly if you let them get too close to you. Here we go. Got another one. Damn it! Come on. Quit missing. Thank you. Phew. Well, that was definitely fun. And of course, we got more enemies. Fantastic. Goodbye, Wyvern. Good night. Okay, let us move on to bigger and better things now, shall we? Oh, we have more familiar friends. Hooray! Not only do we have Mr. Wyvern here, but he also brought some blood gel friends with him too. Kinda random, don't you think? Okay. And good night. We are getting to a point where defeating enemies is only gonna be very... It's only gonna be... I don't even know what I was trying to say. Oh yeah. Defeating some of the enemies here, they're not going to give us very much experience as far as leveling up our magic is concerned. So, some of these enemies here, such as familiar ones here whom we fought before, they're not going to give very much experience, like about 1% per kill. So, that is really lame. But some of the later enemies whom we've been fighting, such as these caterpillars here, they'll be giving more experience for obvious reasons. They are newer, and they're not as familiar as some of the other ones whom we faced up to this point. Makes sense. Nice! Alright, let's get rid of you and be on our merry way. Okay. I'm not sure where any additional spirits are at this point in time, though. If I have to guess, we'll be encountering more of them as we're making our way through this path. Not so much when we get to the next town, because there are a few within the next town, which, believe it or not, we're literally just right there, right around the corner. Oh, come on, really? That hardly hit anyone. Okay. At least I cleared out about half the group. That's nice. It may not seem like Avalanche is doing very much, but trust me, it is a very powerful spell. Just because of the way I have my spells distributed, it's not really showing it too well. So, that does kind of stink. Anywho, welcome to the next town, which is Limelin. That's what I meant to say. Hey kid, you look kind of creepy. Hey, have you heard? Largo has escaped. They say he's a murderer. Aren't you scared? Oh. Hello there. Hey, know what? There was a murderer locked up in the tower jail outside the city. They say he uses fire magic on anyone who gets in his way. Oh dear. That doesn't sound good. Okay. Anything else over here? You would think there would be something else within this very tall grass. Other than just a single spirit. Whatever. Not my problem. I really don't care either way. What a strange looking tower. I wonder what's inside, or even if we can even get in there. Hello. Anywho, with some of our most recent upgrades to our Earth Elemental abilities, we now learn to spell Confusion. I think from what I looked up, Confusion will make it so enemies restore MP? Or something to that extent. I'm not 100% certain on that. But it's definitely something worth noting. Anywho, once we get our Earth Elemental abilities up to level 36, I will start focusing on getting all the other abilities back to a more balanced state. But the reason why I'm doing things this way is so I'm more prepared for like late game. Because we are getting closer to the end of the game than we can expect. Have you seen my boys outside playing? I do wish that they would come back in. With that madman Fargo on the loose, anything could happen. If you see them again, send them home. Sure? I guess? I mean, why don't you go get them yourself? You are their mother, after all. I mean, really, is it that difficult to discipline your kids? Kind of strange how a lot of these houses here within this town are essentially built the same. Not sure what's up with that, but regardless. Only noblemen live in this town. Why not? It's the richest town in Celtaland. As you see, we are blessed with riches beyond compare. I really wouldn't say that, but to each their own. Okay. Honestly, it is definitely worth exploring these houses. That way you can not only get a feel for your surroundings, but learn a little more about the town itself, and also grab some treasures along the way. As you never know when you may need them. Prince William has taken a liking to my daughter, and if she should become his bride when they grow up, it would make us a duchess. Oh ho ho! Mama says I have to marry that bratty Prince William. I think you're twice as cute. Do you have a girlfriend? I think she's going a little cuckoo crazy, if you know what I mean. I mean, granted, you should be able to choose whom you want to marry, whether it be a man or a woman, opposite gender or the same gender, it really doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy is all that really matters in the end. Noblemen's houses are filled with valuable items. I have to be careful as I clean. Such a bother. Limelin is the largest and finest city in all of Celtaland. And as you can see, the grandest house of all belongs to me. Only Queen Diana can boast of finer. I guess that's how it's said. I hope. Anywho, in here we'll have a healing potion and mint leaves. Okay. Again, not really much of anything of major value besides the healing potion, which that does indeed come in handy, especially for later. Let's check out the hotel now. Tired, are you? It must have been a dangerous journey. You can stop here to rest if you like. Sure thing. I would love to. It's honestly not a bad idea. Always a good idea to rest up when you can. This is a grand city, don't you think? But isn't it strange? Perhaps people built a metropolis to last 1,000 years, but a human lifetime is just a passing thought. Very true. Although a bit of a weird trivia if you ask me. Why build it to last 1,000 years? It should be built to last an eternity. But, oh well. It is what it is with the strange geometry. If you can even call it that. Let's keep exploring. Okay, so coming up here was kind of a waste of time. Oh well. Again, it's a good idea to try to explore as much as possible, gain as many spirits as possible as we explore, and everything. The old abandoned mine shaft is far up the mountain out of Limelin. There is a rumor of new digging in the ruins they found at the bottom of the mine shaft. Ooh. Just the other day, a man who looked very much like you came to our town. He was questioning all the townspeople, looking for a sacred book of some sort. He was heading towards Highland when he left. Wonder if he got past the old mine shaft safely. Good question. I'm sure he did. I have faith in him, but still, it's not a bad idea to go searching for him, make sure he's okay, as you never know what may happen. Hey, this is a tavern, you know. We have completely run out of root beer and bread, so why don't you skedaddle on home? Makes sense. I think once you eat up all your bread, then he'll give you some free bread. As far as what that bread is, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna guess honey bread. And the reason why I bring up honey bread is because it is that point in the game. Okay, maybe not honey bread? No, it is honey bread. Okay, I'm crazy. Anywho, like I was saying, we are getting to that point in the game where honey bread is almost a necessity. I know that you are on a long and exhausting quest, laddie. Why don't you keep these red wings, just in case your enemies prove too strong? You must remember that the wings will not work in the forest or caves. Of course. So with these new wings, we can return to this town at any time. Hey you look kind of suspicious. Heard the rumor about Fargo? He's the villain who tried to take over our town. He made a threat to burn the homes of anyone who dared to stand against him. Our great Lord Shricker captured him and put him in the tower. But after Lord Shacker's mysterious death, Fargo made good his escape, and it's only a matter of time before he returns to threaten us again. Why didn't he just burn down the town in the first place as soon as he got out of prison? I don't get him. Like, what's his motivation all about? My last visitor told me that there's a phantom city somewhere in Diaries. Or Drees. I don't know. I wonder if it's true. I'm sure we'll be able to find this mystic city of strangeness. We'll most definitely see as we continue our mystical quest for the 64th power and the Book of Death. Maybe it's the Book of E&D. Or the Book of Zareth. What the hell am I talking about? It's good to poke fun at random pop culture things every now and again, or anime. Okay. Anywho, exploring this part of the town does yield you an additional spirit, which is nice. And honestly, it's not a bad idea to go down here. Speaking of which, hello, another spirit. Come on. Alright, 6 more levels to go. Until we have the almighty, all-powerful elemental shield. Which is going to be absolutely epic. And like I said, once we get the elemental shield, I will be focusing on leveling up the other spells and getting them back in line with water as well as earth. So that's going to be nice. It is going to take a while though, because of what we have to do. Oh, hello, we have another spirit. Okay then, I'll take it. Okay, well, at least with the new level of Earth, which is up to level 31. I thought it was 32. Okay. Little too far ahead. Anyway, level 31 Earth grants us weakness level 2, which I believe that targets all enemies on the field. So, that's pretty nice. Anywho, welcome to another one. And another one! Nice! Limelin, okay. I was like, what's the name of this town again? Limelin is the name. Why name it after a fruit? I don't get it. Anywho, welcome to the Limelin Castle. This place is pretty massive, as you would expect from a castle being, well, a freaking castle. Come on, open the chest, please. Thank you. Healing potion. What else can we find? Mint leaves. Okay. Like I said, it's not a bad idea to explore these places and just raid them. Quite literally, as if we're a freaking tomb raider. Although we're not really raiding tombs. My grandfather oversaw the mines. He found the ruins at the end of Bargoon Tunnel. But I'm afraid that when he disturbed the ruins, it released the monsters that plague us today. We tried to seal the mine shaft, but it didn't have much effect. You better keep away. I am an almighty powerful magician, so why don't you go tuck a duck in bed instead? And do your frickin' job while I do mine. Thank you. I can't imagine how Fargo escaped from his jail cell. I just hope something terrible doesn't happen. Well, you never know. Fargo may actually come out of nowhere and say, "Ha ha! I am a bad guy, so I'm gonna do evil deeds," while I slip in quietly through the crack in the door. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about now. Let's see. Anything in here? No. Okay. Also, for whatever reason, the doors here are kind of funky with their collision. So you kind of have to rub up against them until eventually Brian opens the door. Which, it can take a little bit of time and a bit of guesswork. But really, it's not that bad. I don't know why these doors have this problem, but alas, it is what it is. Alright. Let's continue our little exploration. This is Limelin Castle, the home of Queen Diana, the greatest monarch in all of Celtaland. I kind of wish he was at the entrance of the town. Maybe he could have told me about that there. Oh well, it is what it is. Sometimes the game just doesn't make a whole lot of sense when it needs to. Anywho, we basically reached the very top of the castle. A couple of strange looking men here. Not sure why they look the way they do. Ah, you must be the master apprentice of Melador Mastery, or Monastery. Somehow I expected someone of greater stature. Nevertheless, the Queen is expecting you. You're the master apprentice? I can't believe it. I didn't expect to see a mere child. Oh, excuse me. Okay, then. Okay, let's see what's in these other rooms first. I thought these were all connected, but no. That's not the case at all. Okay, nothing in there. Which is kind of weird, other than a bedroom. I'm gonna guess that's for, like, the prince. And here we have another bedroom. This must be the prince. Yep, Prince William. You're not much older than I am. My mother was expecting a great warrior. I bet I'm a better sword fighter. I can protect the castle. Good for you, kid. Good for you. Alright, let's go meet the Queen now. And that must be... Yep, there she is, right there. She looks like a high priest. Welcome to the land of Carmag, Master Apprentice. Princess Flora of Dondoran sent a letter singing the praises of your magical talents. Have you really come to save us from the fire starter Fargo? Or are you more interested in finding your father? No matter, Fargo stands between you and your quest, and he cannot be avoided. I know that for a sheer fact unless you choose to go out of bounds. In which case, that queen can suck it. You have perhaps learned about Fargo already. It won't do to let such a dreadful villain roam about freely. But with the little power that we have, yes, we know all too well about the monsters guarding the abandoned mine. Try not to get too close to Fargo, and don't stay in one place for too long. Interesting. I've heard all sorts of rumors about you. It's said you possess incredible magic powers, especially for someone so young. There is much you should know about Queen Diana. When I hear the name or see the name Diana, I'm thinking Indiana. Why? I have no idea. It just seems so close to the name Indiana. I don't know why that is. Anywho, we have our objective. We know what we have to do now, so that's pretty nice. Seriously? It didn't work in here? I guess it'll work once I get outside, which I guess that makes more sense. Really? I guess these spells don't work if you're already inside of a town, which, again, that does make some sense, but at the same time, I honestly don't get it. Anywho, before we head off to the mines that are located within the southmost part of this region, we're going to rest up real quick and save our progress because, well, we did obtain quite a large number of things here and some additional spirits, so that was awesome. Okay, off we go! Off we go to the great southern part of the region, off to Barragoon Tunnel. It's a secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Secret, 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 secret tunnel! Okay, I'll stop now. Of course, getting to the tunnel should be pretty easy. But once we get inside of the place, that's when we're gonna have some real fun. That much I know is certain. Goodbye. Okay, that takes care of a couple of them, which is nice. Oh, come on. How did it not hit the other two? There we go. All done. See anything? No. Okay. Oh, come on. Really? More caterpillars? Let's try weakness level 2. Okay, so, weakness level 2, I think lowers the defense of an enemy even more. So I thought that would, make it so it targets all enemies. It does not. That's pretty interesting. Although, then again, maybe it doesn't lower the defenses of enemies more than standard level 1 does. But level 2, it'll last longer if it hits. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I did look up some information on certain spells, but that was really about it. Oh, come on. Jeez, that took forever. Alright, off we go. Off to bigger and better things as we make our way towards the mystical tunnel of death. It's gonna be fun, let me tell you. Getting there is gonna be quite a journey within itself. Oh, come on, how'd that miss? I don't get it. I'm surprised I only killed one of the wyverns, not the other. I mean, they took basically the same amount of damage. Perhaps one of the wyverns was a lower level than the previous one? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Whack. Okay. Before we head off towards our next destination, which is, believe it or not, being pointed at us and with the sign ahead. The sign, though it does point us in the right direction, we actually want to head in the opposite direction of the sign. And the reason for that is because there is another spirit not too far off from where we are now. It may not seem like that there was, but trust me, there is. I don't even understand why this enemy didn't die. Perhaps I was too close with the avalanche? I don't know. Yep. Level 34 Earth! And with level 34 Earth, we now have access to the spell Rock Shower. Now, Rock Shower will guarantee that you hit all enemies on screen. But it doesn't hit them multiple times like Avalanche does. And like I said before, the spell can end up crashing the game if used in the wrong place. Which again, I don't understand why that is the way it is, but whatever. Okay, off we go. Forgot to heal myself. That was a pretty bad idea. Could have been completely wrecked. Anywho, we basically made it to where we need to be. And our Earth spell's now level 35, so only one level away. One level away until we get the Elemental Shield. Which, I believe there's another spirit around here somewhere, just before the cave entrance. Even though I did grab one not that long ago. Speaking of the devil, he shall appear. Anywho, with our Earth spell up to level 36, we now have access to Magic Barrier. And just like I mentioned before, Magic Barrier grants us invincibility, which is absolutely insane. How could a spell this powerful be in the game? I have no frickin' clue. Okay, let's work on leveling up other spells now. I'm honestly really surprised I managed to level up my Earth spell down up to level 36 already. I'm honestly really surprised. I thought that would take us at least a while to do that, but alas, I proved myself wrong. Alright. Welcome everyone to Bargoon Tunnel. This place, just like with some of the previous caves we've been to, they can be kind of easy to end up getting lost in. Here's Magic Barrier. As you can see, I take no damage whatsoever. Goodbye! That's how cheap the spell can be. And it lasts about 2 turns. So basically, you would, how this would work is, you put up the barrier, you drop rocks on enemies' heads, then you put up another barrier to reset that timer, and just repeat the cycle until enemies die. And that's basically how it works. The reason why I chose to do this is so that way I have access to the spell that much sooner. There is a chance, however, that the spell can end up missing. And if it misses, oh dear, you're going to be in trouble. Especially for later bosses. Honestly, I feel as though Magic Barrier is required for future boss fights going forward. But, again, that's just me. Just me and my silly opinion. Of course, you can choose not to use the Magic Barrier. And that's totally fine. Just keep in mind that bosses will deal a ton of damage for every attack that they throw at you. So, yeah. It's pretty hairy, and also really scary too. Ooh, what do we have here? A new enemy. It's a will-o'-the-wisp. That is literally what it is, a will-o'-the-wisp. It basically shoots fire level 2 and man, does it hit like a freaking truck. Of course, I could continue to work on leveling up my Earth Elemental attributes to potentially max level. But I don't think that's such a good idea right now. Although that may not be a bad idea. Okay. Ooh, level up already. Nice. Alright, let's continue. Ooh, these look kind of familiar. These are sprites. They're basically a recolor of the pixie enemies whom we fought previously, but they're a lot more threatening this time. They're a lot more threatening, they're more powerful, which makes sense. And they have like hot steam level 2. And like I said, it covers way more ground than the standard hot steam. And I think it also can deal more damage too. Oh, come on. There we go. Got one. I'll take it. Doesn't look like these guys stick to the ground though, which is rather unfortunate. How did that miss? There we go. Jesus. Excuse me. Now you may be wondering, why is it that I don't use the elemental shield all the time since I have it now? Well, the reason why I'm choosing not to use it is because that would just make the game far too easy. That would just make things way too easy. I'm only going to be using it primarily for boss fights. That's about it. Although I may try to fight one legitimately first, to see how strong they truly are. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I honestly am just thinking about how I'm going to handle Elemental Shield going forward, now that I have it. Kind of weird how we keep fighting ghosts. And, funny how the ghost looks a lot like the jack-o'-lantern enemy whom we fought back in that one forest where the Wind Jade Stone was located. Same place. Same place, same color palette, same enemy pretty much, just a different name. And I think the only difference between the two is just the lack of a lantern. That's really about it. Another thing worth noting too is since the Will-o'-the-Wisps are technically fire enemies, I believe water attacks are going to be super effective against them. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is how it works. That'll work. Alright, let's continue down this secret tunnel of death now, shall we? As you can see, a lot of enemies whom we fought previously are here. Wind bomb. Ah, that's what it does. It's basically a giant puff cloud of wind. That's about it. Anywho, over here we have another treasure chest. What we got? Healing potion. Cool. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting a ton of those going forward now. They're basically going to be handed out like frickin' candy. Which, again, that makes sense considering how far in the game we are right now. Thankfully, as you're exploring this bridge, no enemies are going to be spawning in, which is nice. So, we could just run all the way down to the very end of this path. And eventually, we will be encountering some more friends. Probably as soon as we get off the bridge. I wonder whom we're going to be encountering. That is something I kind of wonder. Anywho, Fargo I know is somewhere within this general vicinity. If he's not here, then he's definitely elsewhere. As far as where exactly that is, we'll find out soon enough. One thing I will definitely say, other than the fact that this place is kind of creepy looking, it does have some pretty good music. Kind of weird how music is a pretty big factor when it comes to this game. Most of the music here is kind of generic throughout, but there are some good tunes here and there. And oddly enough, this is one of them. I think another thing too is if you have the elemental shield active, though you won't take any damage, you also will not be gaining any sort of stat boost for HP as well as defense, as you have to get hit in order to level up those stats. So in a sense, elemental shield isn't really needed for regular enemies. Unless you're really close to death's doorstep, in which case, good luck. Alright, fire level 22. I almost said 32. Not that high yet. Speaking of which, we do have Power Staff level 2 now, so that's pretty nice. Power Staff level 2, I think, will either increase your power even more or it'll last longer. How did that only hit him? I don't get it. Nice. And that's when Avalanche really becomes the most useful and most broken spell in the game. If nothing else. It truly is something of great power. That much is certain. Another thing too is I think the ghost will try to lower your defense or something? I don't really know what they'll lower, but they do try to lower one of your stats. If it ends up hitting me, we'll find out what it is. Goodbye. Let us continue onward, shall we? As expected with a new place such as this, enemy encounters are going to be relatively high. As far as how high the encounter rate is, I'm not really sure. Never really dove into the game's code to find out. Okay, at least I got a couple of enemies. which is nice. Okay, that's weird. Sometimes, you can't whack these things. I thought, just like with the pixies, you couldn't do that. I guess it depends on where you are. How did that miss? Screw it. Screw you, game. Screw you! Again, sometimes these idle animations really get in the way. Phew, that was actually pretty scary. Not gonna lie. Alright, let us continue. Of course, more ghosts. As far as what they're trying to lower, I really do not know what it is. Huh, there's another enemy back there. Interesting. I think they're all will-o'-the-wisps, though. Nice! Triple kill! Okay, all done with that. Let us move on. Okay. As far as what to talk about now, I really don't know off the top of my head. There's not really a whole lot to mention when it comes to this place. It's just run from one end of the cave to the other and just try to make it as fast as you can. It's really not that difficult. Although the enemies here can be kind of a pain in the butt. As long as you know what you're doing, you should be able to get through here in one piece. Especially if you grind it as much as I did. Or if early on you decide to just focus on leveling up water and earth. Like level up water to level 25 and then level up earth to level 36. That is one way you can go about things, especially for early game. One hit, I'll gladly take that. At least managed to kill one enemy. Really wish it would hit some of the other enemies that are like right in front of me, like this butthole here, who somehow keeps dodging my freaking hits. Okay, here we go. I seriously wonder how much HP you can have in this game. If I have to guess, it's probably 999 and MP is 999. I really don't know for sure. Hello. Hello there, Mr. Ghost. How you doing? You know, I really don't like you. Why don't you go away? I wonder what this thing's elemental attribute is. Oh, come on, really? There we go. Jeez, that took a while. Alright, let's level up, Winged. Anything else over here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, of course, we got more trouble. Fantastic. Okay, so these guys, if they manage to decrease your stats, they'll just decrease your defense. Which really is not very good if that does happen, and it does last a while. However, the likelihood of your stats decreasing from the ghost is not very high, which I like that. You can also cancel the effect of the spell, I think, by increasing your own defense. Whether it be with spirit armor or something else. I thought I just saw a spirit. I think that is a spirit over there. Best to go check and make sure. Of course, we got trouble. And of course, I didn't heal myself all the way because I'm just that big of a goober. Seriously? That missed? Well, that's not good. Missed again. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Finally got one of those frickin' rocks to hit. There you go. Please just sit down. Thank you. I gotta say, that was pretty hairy. What am I doing? Oh, I see. It was a chest that was over there. That's what was, being all high and mighty and kind of sparkly. Okay, well, that's good to know. Although I kind of wish I didn't have to take the stairs all the way back down. But alas, it is what it is. There we go. That's how Avalanche is supposed to work. Again, I just wish the whole rock thing wasn't random. There we go. What the? Did it seriously just dodge the attack like it's, as if it was in the frickin' Matrix? Gotta love some of the weird enemies sometimes, am I right? Here we go. Oh, there was a spirit over there. Figures. Oh well. We can head back over there relatively quickly. As soon as we get past these spooky ghosts. It's strange how we can drop material objects on top of these ghosts, as if they have physical forms. When normally, that's not the case at all. What's also really weird is the fact that these ghosts... I don't even know. I don't know where I was going with that. Seriously? Come on, man. Just got done fighting you! Okay. Strange delay in hit, but I'll take it. Whew. That'll work. Should've just used healing level 2. I thought maybe healing level 1 would be enough, but no, it isn't. Never is. See, any new fire spells? Nope. Okay. That's fine. Actually, before I head down, I wonder what's over here now. Guess I'll find out after this. Goodbye. Okay, there is a chest over there. Of course. Okay. There is a staircase. I wasn't sure if there was one anywhere near where I was. When it comes to this cave in particular, it does seem to last quite a while, and it does tend to take a bit of time to get through the entire thing. But thankfully, it's not the worst thing ever, by far. Ooh, replica. Okay, the replica will allow us to escape from battle very easily, if need be. So, that's nice. Again, not that I really need replicas anymore. And it's not like you can sell these items either. There you go. Alright, let's continue. We're just about at the end of this cave, believe it or not. As far as what we're going to find at the very end of this place, well, we'll be finding out very shortly as we make our way to the very bottom of this whole chasm. Oh dear, that looks like Fargo, I think. Then again, it might be someone else. We'll find out in a second. No, it's Shilf! I'm Shilf, a servant of Mammon. I've been waiting 1,000 years for him to return. If I'm correct, I sense but 3 precious stones. Oh dear, so this is not Fargo. Instead, this is someone else entirely. Shilf is a pretty powerful witch. As far as what she can do, she can shoot lasers. As far as how much damage they can deal quite a bit of damage if you're not careful. And like I said, just reactivate the magic barrier every other turn. And just drop rocks on the enemy's head, and eventually they will die. It's literally that easy from this point going forward. Seriously? How did that miss? The probability of the magic barrier activating is really damn high. I think at about 90%. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is how it works. And like I said, it lasts 2 turns. There we go. Just gotta remember to reactivate the barrier every turn. I mean, every other turn. And there she goes. All done. That easy. That's how cheap Magic Barrier plus Avalanche is. It's a very deadly combination. And it's a combination that breaks every boss in the game going forward. Which is absolutely insane. Also is super useful against regular enemies as well. Silver Amulet. Okay. And in here we have another healing potion. Nice. Alright. Well, we're done with this cave. There's still the matter of the other guy, Pharaon, or whatever the hell his name is. He's still out there somewhere. Hey, Hugh, welcome to the next area, which is the Dindon Dries. There is a huge desert over in the southernmost quadrant part of this area, and our next point of interest really is the Boil Hole. I'm serious, that is our next destination. It's in the west. But we're not actually going to be heading that way. Instead, I'm actually going to be resting up in here for real quick. And not only this, we're actually going to be exploring the desert. The reason as to why we're going there is, oddly enough, with the desert, if we go to the southwest, if we go southwest to the desert area, we'll actually find something really damn magical. As far as what that is, we'll find out soon enough. Anywho, welcome to this area where we have werecats. They look more like cat women, but that's just me. How did that miss? Werecats, unlike werehares, will use fire-based spells. And some of the fire spells that they can throw against you are really damn strong. There we go. Goodbye, werecat. Oh, come on. How'd that miss? It's also kind of weird how the cats are glitching on the hills. It's like they hover in the air for a brief period of time. And their shadows also kind of glitch out too and separate from them. Except they're freaking vampires. I'm not sure why that is. Ooh, what do we have over here? Another spell upgrade. I'll take it. Ooh. I didn't really pay attention to what these enemies are. Oops. Guess I'll find out soon. First we have the Blue Man. He's Blue Man. And we have Sandman. And no, we will not be entering Sandman. Because if we do, we'll end up getting the stream silenced and also receive some copyright problems. And that would not be fun. Oh, come on, really? Actually, now that I think about it, I think the sand or the... Oh, I went the wrong way. Alright. I guess I'll be heading north then. I thought I was heading southwest, but I guess not. I'm glad I pulled up the map, but even so, though, still kind of weird, if you ask me. Hello, Miss Werecat. How are you doing? Doing so good? That feels good for me. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Another thing about the music in this area in particular is it too is pretty dang epic. A lot more... It's a lot better than it has any right to be. Also, the Sandmen, for whatever reason, use Rock Magnet, which basically guarantees that the attack will hit you for the most part. Another thing worth noting when it comes to Avalanche is that it does tank the frame rate, which that does make sense given the fact that it has a bunch of particle effects going on from the rocks landing and their impact and everything. But even so, it is worth mentioning nonetheless. What we got in here? Hi, what happened to you? Did you lose your way in the desert? You must be tired from your long journey. If it pleases you, why don't you rest yourself here? Okay. Huh. I guess this is another place where we can rest up. So, that's pretty nice. Okay. Wait, what? How did I end up back here? I don't get it. I don't get this game sometimes, I swear. Oh well. I guess I just accidentally went the wrong way. I thought I reached a new area, but I guess not. Let's see what we got in here before we move on. I hate war. That's why I ran away. But it is lonely here in the desert so far from town. Long ago, when we all got along and lived in peace, this was a green valley, but now I've heard that a lush and beautiful kingdom still exists to the south. Can it be true? Oddly enough, I think it is true. From the speedrun I've seen of this game, there is a mystical area, like way down south. I think it's like to the southwest, but I'm pretty sure he is right on the nuggets when it comes to that. Alright, let's go exploring this vast desert after we get past these blue men. Again, why are they so blue? Why is it that they have fire attacks? I don't get them. It would honestly make more sense if they used water-based attacks. But that's just me. Also, for whatever reason, they don't have any sort of melee attacks, even though they should, considering the fact that they have frickin' swords. But no, they don't. They just have fire. That's it. That was a bit of a delay. I wonder if their weakness is water. Then again, whacking them with your stick is also a really good strategy, too. Okay. Let's move on now, shall we? Now, from this point, since we are entering the desert, our map is not going to be very useful anymore, which is rather unfortunate. Anywho, we have a couple of new enemies here. Technically, it's one, but two of the same sort of enemy. We have Nightmare. It's a giant fire-breathing butterfly. What a strange concept for an enemy. I honestly don't get it. But whatever. It's a butterfly, it's evil, it shoots fire, and it's deadly. End of story. Some of the strangest enemy concepts I've seen in gaming history all reside here for some reason. I don't know why that is. But it is what it is. Oof. Well, that hurt. Let's get rid of some of your friends now, shall we? There we go. All done. Okay. I'm not really sure how far out this desert spans out to, but I know one thing's for sure, and that is it's a very, very big, long lasting desert that goes on practically forever. Wow, check out that destruction. Am I right? That's just how freaking powerful rock avalanche can be. That doesn't mean that other spells are obsolete, because it's far from obsolete. That is for sure. There we go. There's another dead cat. I don't even know where I was going with that. Come on, really? Oof, that hurt. Bringing down the pain. That's one thing I love doing in this game. Dropping rocks on enemies' heads and watch them beg and cry for mercy as they take hundreds of damage per head. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Whatever, it just means that water's that much stronger now, and I did not mean to overuse it like that. Oops. Ooh. Spirit. Okay. What is that all the way over there? Looks kind of bouncy and mysterious. I want to interact with it. Okay, at least it hit one of them. Surprised that you didn't die. Is it me, or do the werecats look a lot like Catwomen, or Catwoman from Batman? Because that's exactly what they frickin' look like to me. Okay, believe it or not, that pillar is where we need to go. Okay, I guess another thing worth noting too is that these nightmares, not only do they have fire attacks, but they can also cast silence on you. And silence is a very deadly attribute to have attached to you. Though the odds of it actually hitting you are relatively low, so that's nice. But if it does end up hitting you, you're not going to be able to use any spells until the effect wears off. Which thankfully it only lasts for a few turns. Let's see where this leads. Wow, look at that! Holy crap, this is one really mystical looking place. I've never been here before ever. I've only seen this place in a speed run, but not here. I mean, I've never actually been to this part before. So honestly, it's not a bad idea to explore the place to its fullest. There are several spirits of which we can find here, that much I know. But as far as what else we can find, I really am not too sure. This is quite a mystical place. It really is. It truly is a sight to behold. It's quite a wondrous oasis, that much is certain. I wonder if this is even on the map. No. It just tells us we're in Shamwood. Shamwood is the name of this place, by the way. I wonder why that is. What a strange name for an oasis. As far as what else we can find here, I know we can find some additional spirits around here and around this top part area too. Not only this, we'll also find some really neat treasures that can be very helpful for our journey going forward. As far as what those items are, I'm not really too sure. But we'll find out soon enough. Could have sworn there was another spirit around these parts. I guess not. Oh well. What can you do? Alright. Welcome to the Shamwood Ruins, I guess you can call it. Here we have a whole bunch of treasure chests here. And also some additional spells we can use to level up. I'm not going to open these just yet because I have a feeling that opening them will cause this place to fall apart. I could be wrong. But we'll see soon enough. Then again, maybe opening the chest will lead to something far greater. We'll definitely see for sure. I gotta say, there are quite a large number of spirits here within this place. And that I'm pretty happy with. It just means we can level up that much more quickly. Let's see, what else can we find? Well, high CPU usage for whatever reason. I really don't understand why this issue keeps persisting. It seems like no matter what I do, I always get this issue popping up. I honestly don't get it. Ooh. Looks like a powerful wizard is here. And also, a few more spirits are here too. 4 of them to be exact. What have we here? No one has found this phantom city in 1,000 years. I am Lavar. I once held the Eletail book, but when I opened it to unleash its incredible powers, I was not worthy. The only powers I could control were those of a famine and destruction. I could hate but not love. I could terrify but not inspire. Finally, the great magician Epona came to my rescue and freed me from the curse of the Elatail book. But my finesse is that I have been exiled here alone for eternity, or until the evil that we call Mammon is defeated. Only then will I find my final peace. You will have the precious gems of untold power are my only hope. The only one who can free both myself and all of Celtaland from evil. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for the dump lore. Ooh, golden amulet. What is this? Protective talisman increases defense by double. It doubles your defense. Wow, that's quite a useful item. Plus, it doesn't cost any MP to use. That is pretty damn extreme. Although, I think with Spirit Armor level 2, it quadruples our defense. So, that's kind of irrelevant. Let's see what we got in here. Chest number 1 is a silent flute. As far as the other ones in the circle. We have Dragon's Potion. Here we have Celine's Bell. Yep, it freezes all enemies in place. This chest is a Spirit Light. Full HP recovery. Nice. Replica. What else we got? We got Healing Potion. Giant Shoes. Dewdrops. And finally, Silver Amulet. Wow, that is a lot of items just from this one place. I gotta say, it was definitely well worth coming here. It was a long and dangerous trek, but it was definitely well worth the time. That much is certain. Now anyway, I know there's a way you can get over to where that spirit is. Although, trying to get to it is going to be kind of tricky. I really don't know how you're supposed to get over there. Because I've only found out about this place and its existence in a speedrun of this game. Again, I want to get over there so I can get that spirit. But for whatever reason, I can't. Can't get to it. I know there's a way you can step down on, like, these steps on just the right way, so you can, Oh, there we go. You just have to navigate around some invisible walls in order to, get over here. That makes sense. Oh, that is totally not fair. Alright. Water! Okay, that doesn't work. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Alright. Well, with that, we're done here. We're done with these mystical ruins, and we're done with the desert in general. Okay, well, I did not realize that would warp me back all the way here. Oh well. My mistake. I thought maybe I could use that power to just warp out back to the desert entrance, but I guess not. Oh well. Not a whole lot I can do now other than just navigate through the entire place all over again. But at least the good news is we can use this time to gain some additional experience. Plus, the bosses whom we defeated previously, they stay dead. They do not respawn at all. So that is awesome. We can also use this time to gain some additional MP, and additional HP, more agility. Basically increase our stats all around. So, I guess this is kind of a blessing in disguise. But even so, it's still kind of annoying how that happened in the first place. Although, one thing I could do is intentionally kill myself, so that way I can warp back that much more quickly, and honestly, that's not a bad idea. Although, taking damage from these enemies here is just going to take forever. So I guess I'm just going to keep going for as long as possible, or until I find some powerful enemies who can kill me really quickly. And blood gels are definitely not those enemies. Of course, I can also just keep trying to adventure as much as possible and not worry about healing myself at all. Yeah, that may not be a bad idea. That way I can, honestly, just KMS that much more quickly. Hi, Caterpillar. Can you please come over here? Thanks. Thank you very much. Okay, give me a good whack, and there we go. Honestly, dying to the caterpillars may not be such a bad idea. They are fairly powerful. So, honestly, again, not a bad idea to do that. Okay. Well, we basically made it back to the tunnel where we were previously. Which, again, I am planning on KMSing in here. Although, we probably won't end up doing that. I don't know. Depends on how fast we can get through everyone here without healing at all. Knowing my luck, I'll probably end up making it to the very end of this place without healing once, and then finally succumb to death. We'll definitely see. Okay, goodbye. It is kind of weird how, Hi there, Mr. Ghost. How y'all doing? Really? Again, it's not like this really matters all that much in the end. I am trying to get through here to also KMS as fast as possible. And again, I can use this time to gain more experience, which is nice. Because I definitely need more experience, that much is certain. Alright, let's keep on moving. Sprite. Why did I say that? I don't know. I could probably go for a Sprite right about now. I haven't had a Sprite in forever. Cyclone. Okay, so Cyclone, what that does is it creates a gust of wind. Like a miniature attack tornado of sorts. Also, Wind Bomb has a chance of lowering an enemy's agility too. So that's pretty nice. Makes it so they're less likely to dodge attacks. Okay. Okay, we're getting closer to death. I like that. Although Wind Bomb doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage on its own. Its main purpose really is just to lower an enemy's agility. That's really about all it could really do. Thank you! Whew. That took a while. Quite a long time just to KMS. But like I said, totally worth it. Just solely because we can get back here that much more quickly. Okay. Well, now that that's done, let's head on off to the east. To parts unknown, we will definitely figure out where we're going within a short period of time. Far off to the east, there will be another sort of dungeon area where we can go to. And believe it or not, that is where we're supposed to go to next. Heading to those ruins that I went to previously in that mysterious oasis. It is entirely optional, but well worth it because there are several spirits there that you can get your hands on. And also a lot of really useful items, too. Okay. Let's see what else we can find over in these vast hills and everlasting plains of death. Nice. Goodbye. Excuse me. Perhaps there's a spirit over here and I don't even know it? We'll definitely see soon enough. As soon as we get past this werecat. Which honestly, werecats and really other enemies at this point in the game are basically pushovers. Once you get the elemental shield, you basically won the game. Can't really say that, but you get the point, right? It basically becomes easy mode. Okay, nothing really of major over there. Okay. 46% for our elemental power, so that's pretty nice. Okay. Time to move on to this vast, empty desert. Ouch. Okay. Wow, that was quite efficient. I like that. Goodbye. Alright, let's move on now, shall we? Oh wow, you tried to silence me. Too bad those spells don't tend to work too well with me. At all. Seriously. Don't quit your day jobs, dude. Whatever those may be. Just don't quit. Perhaps there's something over here. Yes, there is. Fire! Fire! I tried to do, Charles Martinet's, impression of fire! There we go, that's better. Much better. Man, that is so dead. I love Avalanche. It's definitely my new favorite spell in this game. That much is certain. Previously, it was Rock Shower. Reason why? I have no idea. I guess because Rock Shower just looked so cool, with thousands of just super sharp rocks raining down from the sky, hitting every enemy on screen, and just being super efficient about it. But no. Avalanche does the job, and more. It just does Rock Shower's job way better. Just saying, it's a lot more efficient, it deals a lot more damage. I think it deals about as much damage as just whacking the enemy with your staff, if not slightly less. Regardless, it is a very powerful spell. Anywho, welcome to this deserted town. There's not a whole lot here. If you lose healing potion, I'll give you another. I have a few left. Okay, so this guy will give you a healing potion, which is nice. Better than bread any day. Just saying. Let's see, what else can we find? Oh, a hotel. Master Brian, King Bagius of Branark Castle, has somehow gotten his hands on enormous powers. It is he who burned this city to the ground and made the townspeople suffer, and he did it only to test his strength. I wonder why. Are you really from the monastery? Then please say a prayer for us. King Bagius has been the most cruel. If you're thinking about going to Branark, you'd better think again, but if you insist, rest here before you leave. Indeed, I will rest up, because honestly, it's definitely going to be quite a while. It's going to be a really difficult journey. Well, okay, maybe not. King Bagius used his evil power to burn down the town. My son got lost and is missing. I'm just about the only survivor. I won't give up. I'll keep waiting. He might come back. I pray he will. As do I, madam. As do I. Let's see what else we can find before we head on off to our next major destination. Strange how this hotel only has like 3 rooms, while all the other ones had like 4 rooms. Quite a different place. And one that's slightly more depressing considering the circumstances that have occurred with this town. I think I was just there. Alright. I think before we move on, there is something to the south worth investigating. As far as what that is, we'll find out in just a moment. Ooh, we have lava fish. They're magma fish, to be exact. As expected, they will puke out lava rocks from right underneath their gills. And they'll also try to increase their own defenses. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Wow, there's another one down. It's kind of weird how these magma fish can just float in the air as if they're frickin' Magikarp from the Pokemon games. I honestly don't get it. I went the wrong way. Dang it. I thought I was going south. I guess not. I think I wanted to go over... No? Well, that building is completely sealed off, as you would expect, because the map does not indicate that's a house you can enter. Which, again, makes sense. Hello there, magma fish. Say hello to my little friend. I'm gonna rock you all like a frickin' hurricane. And man, is it gonna be fun. Especially with all the other bosses that are coming up going forward. Okay, there's another one down at least. Okay, how did all three of those rocks hit me? Granted, I know I was at point-blank range, but come on, man. It's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. I'm about to level up again. Nice. Hello there, blue men. How y'all doing? I get the fact that you're all blue and looking kind of gloom. But I'm here to turn those frowns upside down as I rock you all like a frickin' hurricane. And also maybe make a few people cringe along the way, too. How did those miss? Whatever. I win. Okay, let's move on. After more magma fish decide to pop in out of frickin' nowhere. Weird. Goodbye. How? I don't get it. Okay. One thing I could do is just save again just to be sure everything's going to be running smoothly. And honestly, that's not a bad idea, especially now. Since I did gain a little more experience along the way, not only this, I've also gained some new power. So, that's pretty sweet. Alright. With that done out the way, let's move on to bigger and better things. Our next stop is the boil hole. And as you would expect, the place is probably going to be filled with lots and lots of lava. Almost as if we're going into Bowser's castle or something. Like Bowser from Super Mario? Almost as if we're doing something like that, but not quite. There we go. Anywho, this path seems to split off into two areas. And it looks as though this entire place is filled with molten lava. What a strange occurrence. I wonder why that is. Probably because this area is sitting next to a volcano? Or it's just due to Mr. Pharaoh deciding to make refuge here, and he is just that powerful of a fire mage. Who knows? Okay, I'm glad at least one of those hit. Whack! Come on, really? Okay. Back to business now, shall we? I really like the fact that we can heal so much more HP now with not only healing level 2, but even with level 1. It can heal about 20 HP per use. Funny enough, the whole healing mechanic and how it works is that it has this formula. It's like a math equation and it determines on how much HP you can heal with a single use of healing. So basically, the more HP you have, the more HP you can heal. So that's something worth mentioning. Wow, this whole area is just completely sealed off. I'm sure we'll be able to do something about that by the time we get done with this next area. We'll find out soon enough. How did those miss? I really do not get it. Oh, come on! How did all those miss? Granted, I know some of them actually managed to hit, but even so. Still kind of weird, if you ask me. Wow, that was actually pretty dang scary. Well, not really. If anything, I probably would have used Elemental Shield to protect myself. Just saying. If it all comes down to it, I may have to. But thankfully, that's not the case right now. Ha! You missed! That's hilarious. Have some nice rocks, why don't you, dude? Okay. Well, that was definitely a fun little detour. Not a whole lot there, oddly enough. I thought maybe there would be a spirit or two down there, but I guess not. Go. I'm honestly surprised that guy was still alive after all that. Okay, let's move on. Oh, come on, really? I just got out of battle and everything, too. This is getting annoying real fast. There we go. Nice damage. Nice. Nice and efficient. Just the way I like it. I think another determining factor of how much HP you'll heal is, okay. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Oh yeah, now I remember. What I was trying to say was, dang it! Right. Another determining factor of how much HP you'll heal with healing level 1 and level 2 is also based on how high your water level is. But the biggest deciding factor still is how much HP you have, like your max HP. Okay. Let's see, how close are we to the next destination? Thankfully, pretty close. Oh, of course, can't jump down there. That would make far too much sense. Ouch. Really, dude? Sit down. Goodbye. Goodbye, Nightmare. No longer will you be a thorn in my side. I honestly wish I could keep this map pulled up at all times. That way I can know where it is I have to go. No. Sadly, that's just not the case. Of course. More nightmares. I wonder if there will be another variant of these butterflies known as Dreamland. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Dang, man! That was awesome! Goodbye. Hello, Spirit. Haven't had one of these in a while. Water! Increase our water level to level 30 now. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get everything up to level 30 at the very least by the time we finish this session. Which is going to be awesome. Oh, hello. Believe it or not, that cave over there, that is right there, that's our next destination. We'll be heading over there really soon. In fact, we're going to be heading over there right now, right after we take care of these buttholes here. Which thankfully are no threat. They just take a little time to take down. That's really about it. Goodbye. Thank you. One thing I definitely don't like about the blue men is that their animations of receiving damage and their movement, everything in between is super slow. Like, it takes a really long time for whatever reason to just complete their animations. I don't know why that is. It's just dumb. There we go. Finally hit the damn fish. That took a while. Okay. It's funny how I mentioned that we'll be able to get everything up to level 30, and we're going to be doing so, like, practically right now. Level 30 fire. Now, we just need to head over towards the cave and grab the spirit over there. And then, All of our spells will be at level 30. Also, damn it. Silenced. Just like I mentioned before, silence will make it so you can't use any spells for a limited time. Which is really bad, especially if you're reliant on the elemental shield. Thankfully, I don't think there are very many enemies in the game that can use silence or have a silence effect for their attacks attached to it. So, that is pretty nice. Goodbye. I did not mean to do that. Dang it. Whatever. At least everything's up to level 30. Water's up to level 31. Anywho, welcome everyone to the Boil Hole, the next major cave of the game. And again, the music really gets good in this place, which is awesome to see. One thing I will definitely say about this place is that it's very, very deep. The cave itself is very deep. You just keep running downwards in the entire place, the entire time. So, that's awesome. It helps you with distinguishing where you have to go. So, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, come on. How'd that miss? Whatever. I win. Whew. I gotta say, we are making some really good progress in this session. Also, say hello to a new enemy, Rocky. He doesn't have a last name named Boa. These guys tend to throw giant boulders at you. And they also use Rock Shower, too. Though they're not really that much of a threat, really. Rock Shower really isn't that damaging whatsoever. So just get up in their face, whack them, and they'll eventually die. And as expected with the place called Boil Cave, this is based inside of a volcano. And as such, we're going to be encountering a lot of fire attribute-like enemies here. Such as the aforementioned Nightmare, Magma Fish, etc. But again, they're not much of a problem whatsoever. If you happen to have Avalanche, just drop rocks on enemies' heads constantly and you're good to go. Otherwise, just use Water Pillar. I think that is a good alternative. That would make sense, considering water beats fire in many, many aspects. I mean, it is its natural opposite, quite literally, but I'm just saying. Okay. I am kind of surprised that that one Nightmare decided to just come after me. Also surprised that that completely missed all four of those things. How? There we go. That's how it's done. You really trying to silence me, dude? You know that's not gonna work. I know that one of your friends managed to pull it off, but again, not a big deal. I could just walk all over you and just give you a smack upside the head. Bring you back down to your frickin' knees. Hello there, Rocky. Rocky Balboa. You literally are nothing. Die. I wonder, why isn't it the rock showers their melee attack and their ranged attack is a giant boulder? I don't get it. These things are weird. Goodbye. Excuse me. Alright, let us move on now, shall we? Goodbye. Oh, come on, really? Sit down. Sit down and take your frickin' medicine like a good boy. Thank you. That's good enough. Alright, let's just move on forward. Just like with all the other caves, this place is rather long. I feel like it does go on a bit too long, just like with all the other caves we've been through in this game. But eventually we will reach the bottom. And once we do, we'll be encountering something quite powerful. As far as what that is, well, it's been alluded to already, but we're going to be fighting Fargo. He's definitely somewhere within this volcano. As far as where that is, he is like at the very bottom of this place, which I don't understand how it is. It's possible that we can traverse this place without feeling like we're melting. Because traversing through a volcano is incredibly dangerous. Hell, you shouldn't even do that. I don't know why anyone would think that's such a good idea, because it isn't. Oh, hello, we have a new enemy. It's a flamed mane. It's basically a fire lion. That's exactly what this thing is. It does have a bit of a melee attack with its hot steam, but really it's not that bad. Hit it with a water pillar and it should go down with a few strikes. Heck, once you get up close and personal with it, you can give it a few whacks and it'll also fall relatively easily. Oh, hello, we have a recoloring of a wyvern, known as the red wyvern. And it got stuck on the magma fish. Hilarious. Unlike the regular wyverns, these things are a lot more threatening and a lot more dangerous. For one thing, they use level 3 fire as opposed to level 2. Plus, I think their melee attacks are also the same as the regular wyverns. I think. I could be wrong. No, it's not. It's an entirely different attack. What the? Wow, that was one way to disappear, practically instantaneously upon killing it. Ha! Usually enemies take about a second or two before they eventually die, but red wyverns are not the case whatsoever. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Goodbye, wyvern. Now we just got the magma fish to worry about here. And this thing will die soon. Goodbye. Phew. Well, that was definitely fun. another Dragon's Potion. Dragon's Potion restores your HP to its maximum capacity, no matter what it is. So save those as much as possible, and only use them if you're running absolutely low on HP. And by HP I meant MP. My mistake. Alright, let us move on deeper within this mystical cave of death. It's funny how this place is not named Flame Core for whatever reason. Nice. That's what we call efficiency, ladies and gentlemen. When Avalanche works out, it really comes through and just completely wrecks space. See what I mean? Most of the time it isn't as useful as it should be. But again, it's like the positioning has to be just right. You also have to have good RNG as well. But most of the time you do have good RNG when it comes to the move. And again, it is super freaking powerful. One of the most OP moves in the entire game next to Magic Barrier. One other very annoying thing about this place is that some of the enemies here, such as these Rockies, they take a while to get over to you, or just start walking in general. Why is it that their movement speed is so slow and they don't cover very much ground? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Goodbye. Okay. Again, the Rockies really aren't that bad. The worst thing they can do is just throw giant boulders, and that's really about it. They're not very difficult to dodge whatsoever. Okay, really? Goodbye. Go. All done with that one. Again, well worth fighting every single enemy you encounter here. That way you can continue to level up and just get that much stronger. And trust me, we need to increase our stats as much as possible over the course of the game. That way, when we encounter some of our toughest challenges yet, we'll be more than prepared for the road ahead. All the nightmares are dead. That's awesome. I did not mean to do that. Damn it! All because I'm so trigger happy of healing myself after every battle. Oh well. Oh well, it just means that I can make my water power that much stronger. It also means we'll more than likely get access to some new water spells soon. Speaking of which, let's see if we got anything new. No, we don't. Not yet, anyway. I think once we get water up to, like, around level 35, 36, something like that, we'll, get something, we'll get another new spell when it comes to water. How did that miss? I don't get it. Damn! Nice! Nice one, dude. That was excellent. That's what I like to see. Complete utter destruction. Especially if you stand in just the right spot and everything. It just looks so freaking good to watch. What the devil? Somehow I had a misreading with the CPU usage, like it just dropped to like 0%. And then it jumped back up. Back to its normal amount. I hope the recording's okay. I'm sure it is. That's why I always make a backup save as much as possible. That way if something does go wrong, I can just redo what I just did. And redo it efficiently. So that's pretty nice. Alright, let's continue. Firebomb. Uh-oh. Honestly, that probably would help if I was at the right distance to use the spell. Oh well. What can you do? Firebomb just... well, it tosses a ball of fire as it... and then will arc a little bit, crash onto the ground, and create an explosion. That explosion will deal damage to any enemies surrounding the blast radius. The blast radius is rather small though, which is kind of unfortunate, but again, it is the way it is. Ooh. What do we got down here? That I kind of wonder. Bye-bye, nightmares. Down here we have a chest. I wonder what's inside. Here we have... healing potion! Nice. I need a drink real quick. Ow. Okay, let's continue. Wow, that kind of hurt. You little rodent. You're gonna pay for that. Firebomb is actually pretty damn deadly. Who knew? Goodbye. Really? You're not dead yet? Well, now you are. That took a little bit of time, but whatever, I don't care. It's funny how the red wyvern has a tendency to get stuck behind its comrades, and it doesn't try to fly around during its attack phase. I don't know why that is. I honestly don't get the AI sometimes when it comes to this game. It just seems like they're so easily exploitable, it's not even funny. Let's see what else we can find over here. Probably nothing of major value. Maybe we'll find a spirit or two? Who knows? Nice! Managed to kill one of the fish. That's awesome. Let's see if we can kill everyone here. Or not. There we go. All done. How's my spell? 38%. Ooh, another spirit. Yay! I want it, and I want it now. Okay, let's take care of you nice and quick. Thankfully, this won't take too long. Maybe about 4 or 5 turns at max. We'll see. Alright, time to level up a spell. And we're going with fire. As we've established before, we kind of need to work on getting every elemental spell back in balance. Which, thankfully, is not too difficult to do. Okay. Let's try to clean this up nice and quickly. Goodbye. Okay. Now that's done, let's get ready to move on to bigger and better things. Here's some nice chests over here. What we got? Number 1 contains giant shoes. And also replica. Again, not very useful to have here. Honestly, I feel like replicas are probably one of the more useless items you can get in the game. But are they completely useless? No, they're not. They do have a use, like if you need to make a quick escape. But for the most part, you really don't need to worry about that whatsoever. Okay. As we continue to make our way down this cave, the enemy roll call here really isn't going to be changing all that much. The enemies that show up are just going to be purely based on where we are within the cave. Like, for example, since we're in a pretty narrow tunnel, a lot of nightmares and Rockies will be showing up throughout the course of the place. But that's really the worst of it. But as we get into more open areas, as we've been through previously, we'll be fighting more red wyverns. How can I not say that right? I really don't get it. I'm surprised that even worked. I'll be honest. Again, that compression wasn't really 100% necessary, but it felt like showing it off again. Not necessarily because it was really all that beneficial, because it kind of is beneficial, but still not the most useful spell out there by far. Let us continue this mighty expedition. Now, as far as what else to talk about this moment in time, I'm not really too sure off the top of my head. I don't have any major plans for this week. But, I do know I'm going to be helping out my mother around the house a lot more than I have been. Like, I always help her whenever I can, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be even more so than ever, at least until next year. That's going to be fun, let me tell you. I mean, I'm not really bothered by it in the slightest. I just figured I'd mention it anyway. I know that yesterday I was supposed to stream, but as I mentioned on Twitter, there was something important I needed to take care of, and unfortunately I was not able to stream that day because of it. Which, again, sometimes life happens and you kind of have to step away. Okay. Let's see what we got next. Hello, Sean. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Glad you were able to make it. Anywho, as you can see here, I have leveled up quite a bit and made it quite a ways into the game. And I've also obtained the most overpowered spells in this game and what they have to offer. I have Avalanche, as well as Healing Level 2, and finally, Magic Barrier. I have all three of those super essential spells, so basically the game is going to become a cakewalk. And say hello to Mr. Fargo over here. This guy is trouble. Welcome, fool! You have done my work for me, and brought me the other 3 precious jewels. That weakling Biggius thinks that I will hand them over to him? Wrong! I, and only I, will be the king of Celtaland. The world belongs to me. Now hand them over! How about no, you jerkwad? Hey you, time to fight Fargo. Fargo, I can't really say how difficult he can truly be, but one thing's for certain, he does have a lot of attack power, and he can be a very dangerous foe. If he gets up close and personal to you, then he'll use that barrier attack, which can be very, very deadly. But again, with the Magic Barrier plus Avalanche combo, he's basically nothing. What can I say? This is basically easy mode. After everything I've been through today, and really the entire quest in general, why not have a little fun with the bosses? Treat them like my play toys. They've been doing the same thing to me for quite some time now, so why not have a little fun? Of course. Though the whole Magic Barrier plus Avalanche strategy is super solid, it's by no means flawless, as you have to keep your MP in check. Not only this, but you also have to keep using Magic Barrier every other turn. There we go, there's some nice hits in. If you run out of MP, then unfortunately the battles are going to get a hell of a lot harder. Unless you would use something like a Dragon Potion or something to that extent. Regardless, he is done. And we got the Fire Ruby too. So that is freaking awesome. Fire Ruby. It's a blood ruby, holds great power of the fire spirit. So with that, we have all 4 elemental stones here, which is absolutely insane. We have all the elemental stones in the entire game now, which is freaking awesome. So as a result of the fact that we have such great power, we can now proceed onward towards the end of the game. So, that's awesome. What can I say? Sometimes it just feels good to be able to, say, you know what, I've had enough of your BS for one lifetime. Now it's my turn. I have the tools to unleash all kinds of pain against you, so why the hell not? Why not have a little fun with the frickin' enemies and just completely annihilate everyone? It's literally that easy. Too easy. It also makes things a lot more efficient too, meaning I can get through the game that much faster and more easily now, which is awesome. Okay. We're all done with this place, and we're already about at the 3-hour mark. Holy crap. Well, like I said, we did make a lot of progress today, which is absolutely insane, if you think about it. We're getting so close to the end of the game, it's not even funny. Alright, out we go. Welcome to the last major part of the game, folks. And we're at the Barragoon Moor. This map is not very big, but the last major obstacles are just a couple of little areas and a bridge or two, and a few enemies, and also the main castle itself. Unlike all the other castles in the game, that one is infested with enemies. And the enemies are super powerful and dangerous. So it's definitely going to be fun dealing with them as we make our way towards the castle. Which we will be doing so in the next session, in the next play session of this game. It is getting to be that time already, so I'm going to get ready to call things, I'm getting ready to call it a day here. So once we get inside the hotel and get ready to save. Once we head in here. Say, are you traveling somewhere? If you're traveling to get to Baranock, you better not go. Would you like to stay for the night? Yes, I would. Let's go ahead and save progress. Okay. And in here we have another spirit level up. Sweet. Let's see what else we can find before we call it a day. Dragon's Potion. In here we have Celine's Bell. And finally, a replica. Nice. And behind door number 2, we will find more items. Each of them may be more useful than the last. Spirit Light. We also have giant shoes. And finally, silver amulet. Okay. Alrighty, well with that, we basically gotten everything that we need within this house, and we're ready for the next major part of the game, which, oddly enough, may be the last part. And hello, Jamar, glad you can make it. Unfortunately, this is basically the end of the stream. So, yeah, I'm calling it a day here, folks. This is General Snivy with the Quest 64 playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be heading off to the last major area of the game, the Bronark Castle Town. And let me tell ya, it's going to be a fun and bumpy ride. And I hope you'll all join me for the next session, which I don't think it's going to be the last one, but it's definitely going to be closer to the last one. That much is certain. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all on the flip side.